Welcome to the first episode of Good Old Fashioned Chats. I'm Johnny Tijerina, your host of Good Old Fashioned Chats, where we get business owners together and just chat about business over a good old fashioned. One of the things I do on every episode is talk about the old fashioned that I made. This one today is a blackened West Henderson bourbon old fashioned. One I hadn't tried yet, so I decided to crack this bottle open and give it a try. So for our first episode, I figured the business owner that I talked to would be myself. I wanted to introduce myself and let everybody know who I am, where I came from, what I've done to get here, and so on. So I guess I'll get going on this. So my name is Johnny Tijerina. I am the owner of Headturn Creative, which we started back in 2020. I started with a partner back then. I was laid off early in the year and actually was getting ready to move to New York and start working over there. And then of course the pandemic hit, and New York was one of the first places that got hit hard. So I decided to change our plans and head back to Texas, where I'm originally from, because we had family there, and I figured it was a good, base to start something new. During that transition, I had a buddy who was, doing some work and needing some of my skills to add to what he was doing. So from there, kind of did a little bit of freelance with him, and it was becoming pretty successful. So we decided, let's give this a try. So 2 weeks before we moved to Texas, we called it off and decided to stick around in Illinois, and this is when we started Headturn. One of the key things I wanted to do in terms of Headturn was I wanted to help build the Latino business community and show them what they needed in order to have a successful business. I'd been in marketing and advertising for over 15 years, and I've seen what other brands and other companies do in order to get to the next level, and it was missing in the Latino business community. So I wanted to show them what was needed and how to do it. So I started Headturn, focusing on helping Latino businesses grow. Coming out, we work with a lot of blue-collar businesses, a lot of Latino blue-collar businesses, such as roofers, construction workers, restaurant owners, a lot of industries that many Latinos work in. So that was a lot of our main focus early on. Eventually, we started reaching out to some of our contacts. We got into Latino organizations and helping them get their messages out. Through our branding and messaging, we were able to work on some interesting projects. I got a chance to go into prison and interview some inmates. We started having some nice success, and we're growing. And around that time, my partner decided, he wanted to kind of call it quits and split off and do his own thing. So had to pull back a little bit, and we went through a split, dealt with all that, the legal matters of all that, and from there kind of had to rebrand a little bit and focus on what I wanted to focus on for the company. We did a deep dive on how I wanted to promote and market Headturn, and did a lot of networking from then on, and I talked to a lot of Latino business owners and professionals, trying to see what their needs are, what's missing, why they aren't as successful as they could be. And a lot of it did turn out to be their marketing and their branding. Many of them didn't have a brand. I like to say, a lot of them, have their nephew draw up their logo and they're so proud of it, but it's not what the company represents. Most people get attached to their logos because of a family member making it, or because you designed it, you had your hand in it, but it doesn't tell what you do. It's been a lot of education helping Latinos understand the importance of marketing and advertising. Most Latinos don't see it as an investment, and they think they can do it themselves, and it's hard because a lot of Latinos, they are struggling to make it. So when they're giving their money away, they want to make sure that they're going to get a return on that money that they give away. Another thing we have to deal with is A lot of these businesses that Latinos start are family-owned businesses. So you have one person who completely understands the importance and needs of marketing, but then you have a brother or a sister or cousin that's part of the business that all they see is that you're taking money out of their pocket. We have to explain to them that this investment will make them more money in the long run. You just got to give it a chance and give it some time, and they'll see the return from actually marketing. I did have my struggles, my ups and downs. Of course, one of the things was the split. That did put me back a little bit, but it made me reassess everything and see how I wanted to approach Headturn in the future. And I continue to focus on the Latino business community, as well as the other side of the coin, where I help the general market connect to the Latino community. Many companies don't know how to talk to the Latino community. They see us all as one. They, box us as just Spanish speakers, but they don't realize that there are many different cultures within the Latino community, and even within a certain nationality, you have to talk different between generations. Or if somebody's a first gen to a second gen to, somebody who's been here, whose family has been here for many years. Me personally, I am a third generation American. I like to say I'm from the original Mexico, but my family has been here pretty much the whole time. I have been completely Americanized. I understand Spanish, I speak a little Spanish, but it's not my native tongue. And even with somebody who speaks Spanish with their native tongue, there's differences between the region they came, the slang they use. At Headturn, we try to pick up on some of those nuances and speak to who we're targeting. Recently, we worked with a soccer team who was bringing a team from Zacatecas, Mexico, and we were wholeheartedly marketing to the Zacatecas community. So from that, we were doing research on Zacatecas and the groups in the Chicago area and learning more about them. And even through this research, I come to find out that I am Zacatecas as well. So it's kind of interesting. We were wanting to make sure we were targeting them authentically and not just speaking to them as they're just group of Latinos. So that's a little about me and Headturn and what I do and why I do it. If you want to learn a little bit more, go ahead and comment some questions and I'll answer them. I'll be dropping new content periodically, bringing in business owners to chat, and of course, have us an old fashioned. So, see you next time. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you later.